This is a call to the soldiers, the fighters, the young, the innocent, and the righteous. Humanity has made scientific and knowledgeable advances in the past 500 years, but we have not taken many chances to improve social aspects of society. We must take those chances, because there is no change without mistakes, and without mistakes there is no learning, and without taking those chances there can be no future. Our present existence in this country is based on humanity's past mistakes. Yet, I still see our generation making the mistakes of our parents and our parents' parents. We see our friends, our family, and even perfect strangers struggle with society's perception of people and the way we must act. Look to your left, then look to your right. One of these people is struggling with something that you would not expect. Someone around you is putting up a fight, whether it be with themselves or someone around them. Though they might not show it, they could be screaming out for help. We must start with something small and simple, yet something that still impacts everyone. How do you feel physically? Are you happy with your body? 93% of people answer with something they would change about themselves. Being self-conscious about yourself doesn't feel good. It causes anxiety and can lead to being depressed and feeling worthless. Did you know that more than 20% of teenagers in America take some sort of antidepressant? Okay, here's another question. Who are you to yourself? If you take away what other people say you are, what are you left with? Do you like who you are? 27 out of 250 high school people in the US said no. You shouldn't change based on what other people say you should be. Even though the thought of being gay, lesbian, bi, or transgender is more acceptable in today's society, but still, most LGBT youth are afraid of what other people think of them. Some LGBT youth are still kicked out of their homes because their parents don't approve. These teenagers end up on the streets, selling themselves for food or money, or even shelter, and may end up dead or committing suicide. You don't have to be gay or lesbian or whatever to live in fear of what other people think of you. The fact of the matter is, you should not live in fear. You should be proud of yourself. Live up to your own expectations. Though you may not agree with someone else's expectations or religion or politics or sexuality, that doesn't mean you have the right to abuse or judge them. Here's a question on perception. What is your definition of abuse? The Webster definition is: treat a person or an animal with cruelty or violence. Abuse is not just cruelty towards someone. It's deeper than that. Have you ever been called a name or overheard someone say something that was mean about you? Have you ever walked down the halls with people staring and giggling at you? The first few examples of abuse you may think of are verbal or physical and even substance abuse. But within these categories are subcategories. We all have, at some point in our lives, said someone to something else that was hurtful. The scary thing is, we may not realize it, because it was said so smallly and so jokingly. But let's be real here. Just because everyone laughed, including the person you were talking about, doesn't mean they weren't hurt. That person you saw the day before may end up being gone the next day. Did you know over 1 million people die by suicide worldwide each year? The global suicide rate is 16 per 100,000 population. On average, one person dies by suicide every 40 seconds somewhere in the world. Global suicide rates have increased 60% in the past 45 years. Does that surprise you? We all have emotions, but some of us hide them in fear. There is a way, however, to lower this number. It is something that you've heard before. Be the change. But it's more than that. Pick up someone when they fall down. Listen to someone when they need to be listened to. And never be afraid to stand up and stand out. It's okay to be different. Why please someone else when you can be happy with who you are? Why hide behind a fake wall when it's not you who needs changing? It's the world.
So much closer than we used to be. You're my escape when I'm stuck in a small town. I turn you up whenever I feel down. You let me know like no one else that it's okay to be myself. I was broken, I was choking, I was lost. This song saved my life. I was bleeding, stop believing, could have died. This song saved my life. What it means to me that I'm not alone, that I'll never have to be. I was broken, I was choking, I was lost. This song saved my life. I was bleeding, stop believing, could have died. This song saved my life. I was down, I was drowning, but it came on just in time. This song saved my life. My life. This song saved my life. My life. My life. This song saved my life. My life. My life. This song saved my life. My life. My life. This song saved my life.